It was
So
kind of a
that
tight race.
that cannot be right. That cannot be right because the speech I saw, I'm sure that Haley won because I saw her give a victory speech. So
Well,
there's no way that this is right.
don't you know the Republican primary was just to see who comes in second place. And hey, Haley's coming in second. I do it wrong. I will say 43% seems kind of high. However, there was an interesting thing I saw here. I'm going to pull this up. Exit polling by
70.
CNN shows
70.
70% of voters weren't even Republican. So before you say, "Oh well, Haley actually did really well," I mean, look at this. She got close to beating Trump here. I mean, that's amazing. Well, in New Hampshire, independents can vote in the primary, and over 70% of her voters were independents. And not only were they independents, and this was even crazier to me. I have, well, no, okay, I got a couple other ones over
don't
here.
say independent. Just say they were non-Republican because then it was mostly Democrats crossing over to just try to stick it to Trump.
Yes, and I had this pulled up earlier, but of course with the technical issues. So let me pull this up because there's people actually even admitting that they're Democrat and will vote for Biden in the actual election. They just voted for Haley to just screw over Trump. And it was surprising the amount of videos that came out of it. Now, not going to pull it up right now because, again, Lord knows how long we have because of the way the stream is crashing. But it's, maybe pulling up more tabs might not be the best idea. But they were doing interviews with people as they were exiting who said that they planned to vote for Biden in the general, but wanted to vote for Haley here just because they wanted to vote against Trump twice, I guess. So that is the majority of her support. And don't forget, many of the PACs that are supporting her are actually Democrat PACs. I think one of them officially suspended
Today.
their support. Yep.
Yep.
And it was, and you know, funny. At first, people were saying, "Oh, it shows that they don't believe in her anymore." It's like, no, they never believed in her. Vivek had it right when he came out and said, "No, what it is that we called them out," and they realized they're doing more harm than good.
Today the guy that's like the LinkedIn founder or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Right?
I think so, but again, don't hold me to it. It's been a long day.
But
I think so. But I did see that they had suspended their support, which that's usually that the writing's really on the wall in South Carolina, and she's already talking about Super Tuesday. If she goes in and gets waxed in her own state and still stays into Super Tuesday, um, I I don't know what that really says about her. That's just doesn't seem very bright on a lot of things.
I was about to say, do you expect her to stay in that long?
Well, she keeps saying she will, and that's what I said. If she stays in after getting completely destroyed in her own state, there's something else at play.
Well, I think what there is at play is the fact that she's planning or she's hoping that Trump gets completely removed from the ability to even run in the first place, and then she can step in. But if that happens, won't just go to the Republican convention and they'll decide from there. Basically, it won't be just whoever got the most delegates.
Yeah,
Which, if that's the case, I don't know why they won't just go for DeSantis.
The base. Yeah, so and why anger the base if you know that if that happens, it is going to be a contested convention, and you've got to have the core on your side if you want any chance. And
if the Republican Party was run by
Trump.
competent people who actually cared about the people they represent, if that did come to pass, I think they would actually pick Vivek over DeSantis, and not because I just like Vivek, but because you have to get the Trump supporters aboard, and you also have to still call out the fact of, hey, this is a Banana Republic style attack against Trump. You cannot allow them to win at that game whatsoever. And so you have to appoint someone who is the most Trump-like, which would, in this case, be Vivek. He's the only one who, like, the Trump base actually really likes. But they would never even consider that because, obviously, the Republican establishment over there, they're not... they have no concern with the MAGA movement whatsoever. In fact, they would rather it to be completely demolished, to be honest. They would rather go back to the Bush days.
You don't have any faith in Ronna Romney running the party where it needs to go? as opposed to running it in the ground like she's done ever since she's been there.
Well,
And she was totally backed and supported by one Donald J. Trump, which is ridiculous.
well, you remember when Vivek completely called her out like viciously on the debate stage?
Of course I do. That was one of the few times that your plant, your Trump plant Vivek actually stood up to him.
It, it, I mean, again, I think Vivek is a genuine guy. I really do. And it's funny when you have all these people going out in New Hampshire, especially when they were all doing their endorsement speeches and things like that behind, behind Trump. I still say Vivek was the best of them all. Everyone, I know you got Tim Scott up there. I guess there was some drama involving that, and to me, it looked very benign personally. I think Trump pointed out
no. Tim Scott's looked very staged and over. It was very ham-fisted. It just was weird. Vivek is smooth. I'll give him that. And when he got up and Trump gave him his 1 minute to lay into Nikki Haley, he laid it in and laid it on, and it was good. But he's polished, man. He can do that. He's a polished speaker. Now, whether I can believe him or not, sometimes I wonder. But mostly I do.
I
like
the
guy.
What there is not to believe.
I like the guy, and I just don't think it's. I don't have. I don't have the track record. I've got one guy I know is going to step up and lead from strength, and that's what I want.
So you would want Vivek to be governor first, and then prove himself, and then be president?
No, I don't believe there has to be a political path like that for sure. I love the days when we were putting farmers in. That's what we need to get back to. No more lawyers and no more career politicians.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. This video is a clip from our Summit podcast, which is live here on the channel on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. So if you enjoyed this, feel free to join and be part of the conversation. But before you go, please make sure, of course, you like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope to be seeing you again real soon.